Welcome back to another board game truth, everybody. This time we are doing the Atlantis Rising library cards. So here we go. S is going to be the best, F is the worst. So let's see what happens. Alchemal formula. Discard a resource, then take 2 resources from the supply, each of which must be different from the resource discarded and from each other. This card is so good. I think we're starting off with an S tier card. Because you can essentially discard an ore and get a gold and a crystal. It's just ridiculously good. Raise the levies. Discard 1 Atlantium, then place 2 Mystic Barriers. This card's also really, really good. And it's just not very expensive. So one thing that we are going to figure out that's very accurate in this game is the library cards are just so good. The deck doesn't reshuffle, so you are going to want to not get rid of the library cards as much as possible. Okay, Scripture of Defiance. 1 counselor player rerolls the dice for an action just failed and attempts the action again. If it's lower than the original, they gain mystic energy. So if you're still garbage, then you get another chance. I don't like this one. It's situationally helpful, but I think it's just a C. Lore of Persuasion. Gain 3 volunteers. Crazy. So good. Another S tier one. Enigma of Alacrity. Apologies. 1 leader in a civilized peninsula may take its action 1 additional time this round. Now that can be helpful. It's important to realize that some of the sections are considered like the wilds where you would be mining and such, and then others are the civilized peninsulas. So I would say this one's just solidly B tier. It can be helpful. It's nothing crazy. Puzzle of Production. 1 leader in a wild peninsula may take its action 2 additional times this round. Now that is solid. This gives 1 extra action. This gives 2. So very helpful. And these are all one-time use cards. There will be lasting effects, but those will come about later. Science of Shielding. Place a Mystic Barrier. This may violate the usual placement rules for Mystic Barriers. Yeah, this one's just going to be B. Codex of Continuity. Discard 1 drawn misfortune before it resolves. This is solid. It's not... Yeah, it can probably be very helpful, but I would just say that it's B tier. Virtue of Sharing. All players may immediately exchange any number of resources, mystic energy, or library cards with other players. I don't love it. I'd say situationally helpful, but not awesome most of the time. C tier. Ancient Atlas. Choose a wild peninsula. All target numbers in the peninsula are reduced by 1 this round. Now, you might not actually think that this is that helpful, but that's actually pretty crazy. This is not something that there's certain ones of these that you'll use the second you get it. Like, if you get one with a Mystic Barrier, you should just place your Mystic Barriers because it's better to stop bad things from happening earlier rather than stopping bad things from happening later. But this one right here, this is one that you might wait until you have a ton of volunteers and then just send everybody or send a very large amount of people to 1 section, including leaders that have good abilities, and then use Ancient Atlas in order to be able to just get a ton of 1 resource, and then hopefully you don't have to go there the rest of the game. So, because you can theoretically know how many resources you need for the entire game from the very beginning, because you know what components you have to build, and you know you're gonna have to build the power station or whatever it's called. So you can plan a lot in this game if you know what you're doing. Secret of Greed. Discard 1 gold, then gain 2 of your followers or 4 volunteers. Whoa! That's so good. I think I didn't even know that was a card. Yeah, that's ass. That's ridiculous. Doctrine of Persistence. Choose a wild peninsula. Any Atlanteans that has or will fail its action there will be laid on its side instead of being returned to its counselor's pool. Next round, these Atlanteans automatically succeed. Yeah, I think that's... yeah. I think that's really very solid. It's not going to give you... You have to wait for the benefit, but it's a good card. Cipher of Expertise. 1 leader on a component may activate it 1 additional time this round. So yeah, that can be ridiculous. That can be so ridiculous. So this one's gonna be S tier because just the options or the opportunities to use that well are very. There's a ton of opportunities to use that really well. Librum of Unity. Choose a wild peninsula. 1 additional Atlantean may be placed on each of its tiles this round. See, this is something else that combos really well with Ancient Atlas. I would say this one is B. It's not going to win you the game all by itself. Just an average card. Ballad of Courage. This round, whenever any of your followers would be returned to your pool when a tile floods, they first immediately take their action. This one's very solid. It's awesome to just know that you are going to be able to do whatever you want. That one's going to be A. Rune of Reprieve. Unflood 1 flooded island tile. That's solid. That's definitely solid. That's going to be A. Lost Schema. Pay 1 less resource when building a component. That's solid. I think that's just going to be solidly B tier. Just your pinnacle average card. Glimpse the Truth. Discard 1 crystal, then gain 7 mystic energy. Is that a good trade? I wonder if that's a good trade. It could be a good trade. Man, this card is actually probably better than I'm giving it credit for, but I think I'm just going to put it in B. The crystals the crystals are very difficult to get, and the 7 mystic energy is helpful, but I don't know that I would normally want to make that trade. Ritual of Relocation. Move all Atlanteans on a tile just flooded to any other tile. This one's just your average good card as well. Solid. Whoops. Mystic Conversion. Convert 1 or 2 of your mystic energy into an equal number of resources of your choice. Now that is really, really good. You can potentially see. Yeah, you can trade 2 mystic energy for 2 crystals or whatever you want. Law of Balance. Draw and play a misfortune, then unflood 1 tile anywhere on the island. Yeah, hate it. Think it's very bad. Yeah, I just don't like it at all. F. Okay, so now we've gotten to our first artifacts. Artifacts are things that when you get to them, they affect you for the rest of the game. My memory is that there's not a limit to the number of artifacts you can have. So that's what we're going with for this. Okay, this one is a talisman. In a wild peninsula, when you roll a 6, you collect the resource. You roll again. This one is very good. Very good. Man, no, I feel like you can build your whole entire strategy around this. I think this one's going to be an S tier card. So we'll just shift these ones over just a little bit. to make room for the new kind. Numinous Amplifier. Your mystic energy increased the die's value by 2 instead of 1. Yeah, that's solid. That's solid. Man, it's an every time thing, though. Part of me thinks it should maybe be higher than just A, but we'll just put it in A for now. Aegis Shield. You may always reroll any die on which you roll a 1. So you can always reroll your 1s, theoretically. Yeah, it's theoretically good. I don't know that it's the move, I guess. So, just B. Mystic adds. Once per round, when building a component, you may spend 1 mystic energy in place of a single resource. So good. So good. Elysian Stone. At the beginning of each round, draw and keep 1 library card. Holy smokes, that's so good. That's so good. Okay. Once per round, you may add 1 to the result of a die rolled by any counselor. So essentially, you'll probably be able to make 1 person or around succeed at something, which is, again, just a ridiculous ability. And the other thing about these is that not every single one is included in the deck. I can't remember exactly how many you include, but they'll change every single game, which is why they're better cards. Divining Rod. Whenever you would recruit a new follower from the cities, you may instead take 1 resource of your choice. Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. That's horrible. This one's going to go F. Oh, yeah, that's so bad. That card's awful. Celestial Ori. Once per round, when you would draw Misfortune, instead reveal 2. Choose 1 to keep and discard the other. Yeah, I think that's... Man, I guess if you got that early, that's really, really helpful. That's going to go S tier. Tethering Anchor. Once per round, when a tile floods, you may move all Atlanteans there to the Mystic Power Source. So instead of doing nothing, they do something. I don't think that's going to be the game changer in general, but we'll put that in A tier. And it's pretty much guaranteed something, so it's definitely better than nothing. Elemental Hammer. Each time you take the Forges action, you may replace 1 Atlantium with another resource of your choice. Whoa, that's so good. That's so good. Yeah. S tier for sure. And then last, but maybe not least, Creation Prism. At the start of each round, choose 1 player to gain 1 mystic energy. Yeah. Well, guess that's something. That's something. We'll put that in A. It's not huge. It is helpful. So there we go. As you can see from this, there are 4 library cards, one of which might not even be included, depending on the luck of the draw at the game. There are 4 cards that are bad. There's, let's call it 10 that are good. And then the rest of them are very, very good. So library cards are just ridiculously good, absolutely a necessity for winning this game. So, peace and prosperity.